like a mute child, and then I went to like really loud and wacky. Yes,
she wasn't weird. She didn't do weird stuff to the public. She was like,
in private. When I'm 8 years old, or whatever, I was not weird. I was like, la la. I like to rollerblade. I want to be a professional swimmer. What?
If I say anything, especially these two, Catherine and Amy, if I say anything that's like telling them what to do, quote unquote, they freak out, and sometimes Amy will just start yelling at me.
But sometimes I've been there as the middle person between their guitar fights, which happens many times.
Many times.
Sometimes Danny actually does say very chill. She's just like, "Oh, hey, Amy, I think you should change the
I'm working on.
Don't tell me what to do."
So dramatic.
Where we share juicy stories, and we always keep it entertaining.
Always.
I for sure thought you were gonna say juicy steaks. I don't know why.
Why?
Okay,
today.
Juicy story.
Today,
give me a
okay.
juicy steak.
So I sat down to Amy one day. There was like this desk and a chair in our big living room, in the great room, and I walked in and I was like, Amy, I need to talk to you. And you're like, okay. I was like, how do you do it? I was like, how do you just do all your stuff on time? And she's like, oh, well, I don't know. I just do it. And I was like,
It's true.
that's not gonna help me. And you're like, maybe I could make you a schedule or something. I think I was like 14 and you were like 12, but then we never did anything about it. But I remember you were so excited that I was asking you for help, and you're like, oh.
Another tip that I have is to wake up your senses, so smell some things. I'm just kidding.
Turn on
No,
music.
but I mean,
like a
play a
cinnamon
song.
roll in.
I was walking around and I was rhyming words, and then I accidentally said a bad word. I was like 5. And I remember I said I went, and then I kept going.
I didn't want to look like desperate and like message a guy and be like, hey, then I would just send him a fake spam link that I literally wrote as like win a free iPad with a link to a thing to like win a free iPad, and then I'd be like,
oh my
oh,
god.
sorry, that was on accident. Haha. That was on accident. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. Like, so what's up?
So we rally and roast. Someone sends it to like the group text. Oh my gosh, this person said this, and we're all like,
What? They are wrong. You don't deserve that. We just all like chime in. Oh my god.
It gets kind of intense though. Then if we like see that person in public, we all
of
just
us are
like,
Oh.
I can't do it.
you can't do it.
My mom's office has a window that looks right out onto the driveway. So at night, it's dark out. They always come over at night. And if I have the lights off in the office, so there's no light coming through the window, I can open the blinds and watch them hang out, and they don't know. So one night, I was doing my normal routine, not peeking through the blinds. Like, the blinds are just open, and I'm just sitting there looking. And Catherine comes in and turns the light on.
Because it was the room where we would all use the computer.
Yeah, so
You
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
she
she
was
was
in there. I was going in to use the computer.
She didn't know I was in there. She turned the light on. I was like, stop it, shut that off. And she's like, what are you doing? And I didn't even want to explain. I was like, get out.
I was like, please let me clean your room. And she'd be like, okay, you can clean my room and keep all of the change that you find on the floor. And there was, surprisingly, it was maybe like $1, $2.
that was a lot of
King's money
I
to
didn't
a
have a
6-year-old.
And I texted him. I was just like, hey, like, you know, my birthday's really soon, and like, I thought we were gonna hang out for my birthday before I left for my trip. And he was like, I was like, so can you do it tomorrow? Like, I asked him, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. You know that on Wednesdays I go to Buffalo Wild Wings with my cousin to get the half-price wings.
And I played the teacher, and so I would write them tests.
She would literally
I
write
would
us like
write
a math
I'd write them up math tests.
Yeah.
And then we would play, and it was really fun until
Lauren
became too old for me, who was older than her, and by 3 years. So at that time, I was like 12, and she was like 9.
So I'd be like, hey, Lauren, want to play school? And she'd be like, I don't want to do that. I'm not a baby. She probably said that.
So then I just hung out with Danny.
I had a crush on my water polo coach. He was born in 1994, which would make him 6 years older than me. So I was 12 and he was 18 or something like that. Okay? He was my coach though. So I saw him every Monday and Wednesday. And I can't say it. Never mind. Actually, no, I'm going to say it. His name was Dane. And so I called Monday and Wednesday Monday and Wednesday. Oh my God! Because I got to see him.
We have a really fun topic, which is stuff girls secretly do.
I'm really nervous. I don't know why.
It's pretty weird.
I'm always
Maybe you're
nervous.
always nervous. And he's like, I'm about to make a salad. I'm really nervous.
Literally.
Find something new to learn it, like knitting or sewing or dancing or skateboarding or walking, running if you don't know how to walk.
Art, something artistic.
Artistic,
Wait, so
writing.
if you don't know how to walk?
If any babies are watching this, learn to walk.
Yeah. Another area I wanted to be was in the kitchen because they were always coming to the kitchen to get my brother's friends. So I set up, we have this like steam machine for cleaning floors. I took the floor steamer and a toothbrush and I sat in the kitchen for 3 hours.
Make the ugliest face in the mirror just to see what you look like.
I did a version of this where I go in really close to the mirror and I go like this. And I make a really scary face like right next to the
I
mirror
do that
until
too.
I trick myself that it's someone else and then I get really scared.
Wait, what? I feel
shame.
really special because I feel like you always reply to my texts like right away, and I'll get like 3 missed calls from you.
You happen to text me often when I'm literally holding. Okay,
She's
here's
like,
the
"No,
thing.
you're not."
Here's the thing.
Okay, I'm not
People
special. I
send
get
me.
it.
And so you're like, oh, I relate to this breakup song, and you're out the window, and it's raining, and you like touch the window. 'Cause everyone does
you
that.
follow
She
the
took a
job
test,
with your
yes.
finger.
Hearing a song and thinking about if you hypothetically were in the situation.
You've never been cheated on. You imagine yourself
Yes,
being cheated
yes.
on. You're like,
I dug
you're driving. You're like, oh, the nerve.
Yes.
How do you center / ground yourself for the day? It's like, you're starting your day. How do you
You
get
look in the mirror
zone?
and you say, you're grounded.
You
many
know,
things.
I did this, with moms when I was younger. I was like, I want to have products when I was like 12.
Our mom
No.
is the product queen.
She is.
real.
She's a real
She's
queen.
got a
So I would
collection.
go in there and be like, anti-aging cream.
You don't need to use wrinkle cream when
Yes,
you're 6.
you do.
Don't just be like, how do I get everything done today? Be like, how can I live out my life's purpose today? I'm saying a very serious thing.
I'm laughing at you. I just thought of a joke.
Okay, so I want to address a specific thing. So this is why I don't have embarrassing moments very many. Do you like the way I said that? Who has done this? Starting with Amy. Watching yourself in the mirror to see if you are a pretty crier.
I've done this, but I did it one time and I looked and it ain't pretty.
The only time I do that is like when I've been crying for a really long time. You know when you're in your bed and you're crying and then you're just like, I still need to cry. So you have to like go somewhere else to cry too. So you walk into the bathroom, you just look in the mirror and you're like, how pitiful am I?
Yes.
And you just
can't
look
relate.
and
Yeah.
I think it's really majestic, honestly, when I see
Oh,
myself cry.
me
I'm like,
too. I'm like,
wow,
what a power.
She's so brave.
Picture this. You're Danny Cimorelli. You're about 10 years old. Maybe older than that. 13. Every time you cry, you're in the bathroom because you have 10 siblings and you can't cry in your room because someone will be in there.
Relatable.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in the bathroom and you sit and you go really close to the mirror when you're like mid-cry and then you just start focusing on your face and you look really closely at all the details and it looks very, very strange and then you continue crying and you continue looking at yourself.
I do it all the time, and I think it's an
can see
extrovert
you
thing
doing
because
it.
you react really quickly and you see a wave and you're like, oh, it must be for me. Wait, oh, it's not me.
Once it smells so bad that you can tell.
No. Do not.
Or once your socks are so dirty that you can't put them on, then you don't.
Okay, we'll work
Dang,
on that
I
one
just
later,
had
guys.
an image of your clothes literally disintegrating off your body.
Okay.
You're like, well,
Guys.
time to go.
We'll address that privately. Amy, let's start with you. One time I was at, I think it was like someone's wedding, and someone was looking directly right in my direction, was like,
Do you have the pin?
or something like that. And I was like, what? And he said it again, do you have the
done
pin?"
this.
And I was like, what? And then I went up to her, I said, what? And then he said it to me. And then I looked and so I was talking to her and I went, oh, okay, I'll go tell her. And then I went and told her. But I didn't realize he wasn't talking to me. I thought he was looking right at me.
I've Snapchatted like a mid-sentence that I made up. And then,
Okay, I never
sent it
did
to
that
them.
one.
And then they're like, what? And then you're like,
Love that.
oh, I didn't realize I Snapchatted you. What's up?
Okay, I'm actually a very aggressive woman. I will just contact you and say, hello, let's hang out. I really think you're very attractive. Like, word for word.
Whoa.
Yeah. So what's your deal, man?
That
Why
makes
are we
me
not
wanna crawl
dating?
to a hole. I went to tour a wedding venue with my mom and my fiance. We get to this venue. And I'm just an extrovert, so I just, waltz right in like I own the place. And I see these people standing there. It's like a man and 2 women. And I was like, oh, okay, that must be the people that own the venue. So I go right up to them and I'm like,
Hi, I'm Catherine. And I start shaking all their hands. And they all looked at me like, hi. And I was like, this is my fiance, it's my mom. And they were just like staring at me and they didn't say anything.
and then suddenly it dawned on me that was not the people from the venue. And I just immediately went, as soon as it hit me, I was like, oh,
did you say?
I didn't say anything.
I am infamous, okay, for not showering. My whole family knows
Yes.
that because as a child, I never showered and I just never learned that you're supposed to shower every day, okay?
We told you a million times.
Yes,
you know
you
what?
did.
I didn't care, okay?
I'm in college at 15. So everyone's older than me. I'm just trying to fit in, trying to find my place in this world. And I'm in math class in the morning in the front row. And, you know, the teacher's talking. I'm like, you know what? To be honest, I got a fart. And I didn't know that was a thing to hold them in. So I was like, well,
Tears
gotta let it
last
happen. But, you know, half the time it's just silent and no one notices. But this was not silent. I farted right when everyone stopped talking and it was dead silent. And I just sit there and I feel my whole body turn like bright red. And I just go, and I freeze. And then the class slowly carries on. It's slow. Time is frozen. He's dying.
Reed is dead right now.
Guys, I'm crying.
I just want to say on our list, Christina wrote it as Lisa in math class letting one rip.
That's amazing.
Just look away.
I'm a very vivacious young lady, but when I'm in public, I
Wait,
turn
what
into
are
a
you
very,
doing as she
I
squeezes
turn
her
into a
neck?
very angry and scared young lady. So I don't wave at nobody.
Hey, you were in the parking lot the other day. I sat there and waved you for 30 seconds. You didn't
That's
look at me.
true.
I was like,
I'm trying to stay alive out there.
Wait, I want to make a theme park called The Inside of Lisa's Brain, and it can just be like the weirdest theme park that you've ever seen, and then you'll understand. So I don't know why, whenever I'm like coming and going, I sing really loud, especially at the time of the Old Town Road craze. This was a really tough one for me
Love
because
that
I couldn't stop going, yeah, I'm gonna take, and then being like, I'm gonna ride. And I like to go even higher and like, ride, do something like that. So it kept getting stuck in my head. So all the time, I'm leaving somewhere and I open the door. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna. And as soon as I do that, I see a group of people and they all always turn. They always look at me. And I always say, oh, hey, how's it going?
Which sister do you think you look the most like?
Lisa. Definitely Amy. I think we're
Thank you.
similar in height. Lisa, I guess.
If you can find our brains, return them.
'Cause I